There's this one oversight that could cost you $150,000 to $450,000 in retirement. And it has nothing to do with the market, whether it's up or down, which stocks you pick, or bad investing. Let me explain. It's actually more about how well you plan or don't plan for a common risk that virtually every retiree will face in their retirement years. In fact, 7 out of 10 retirees will experience this at some point in their retirement. That risk is long-term care. So when the long-term care event happens, for most people, they have to start dipping into their life savings. $6,000 a month, $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I just talked to somebody whose loved one was spending $15,000 per month for their long-term care needs. Now, when the average long-term care stay lasts anywhere from 2 to 4 years, 26 to 44 months, this is years of expenses that were unplanned coming out of a portfolio that people otherwise thought was safe. And so this is where a lot of folks who did everything else right can still experience this loss of $150,000 to $450,000 per person. This can be doubled to a couple that's going to be $300,000 on the low end and $900,000 on the high end. So how do we solve for this? So glad you asked. The people who make their money last are those who reposition a portion of their assets into asset-based long-term care planning strategies ahead of time. Now, here's one of my favorite things. These strategies, when executed properly, can give you 2 to 3x leverage. What do I mean by that? I mean that if we were to put $100,000 into one of these strategies that was properly designed, that $100,000 could double into $200,000 or potentially even triple into $300,000 for long-term care spending. And here's one of the best parts. Let's say that you're some of the lucky 3 out of 10 people who does not need long-term care at some point during your retirement years. The money that you put into these asset-based long-term care strategies doesn't go away like a traditional long-term care insurance plan, which is kind of a use it or lose it plan. The funds that you put in plus a step up in benefit basis can actually pass on to whatever beneficiaries you designate. This is how you can take the same savings and have a completely different outcome. This is the difference between hoping that your money will last and structuring it so that it does. If you want to see how this could work for you and your situation, comment or send me a message with the letters LTC for long-term care.